Good morning, everyone. My name is Councillor David Curtis, and I'm going to chair the licensing panel for this morning. Other members of the panel are Councillor Wally Hoggins, Sarah Wally Hoggins on my left, and Councillor Ian Shenton. And on my right, I have Olivia Quinn from Democratic Services supporting us, and I'd like to invite our solicitor and licensing officer to introduce themselves.
Good morning, Nigel Bell, Council Solicitor.
Rachel Gray, Licensing Officer.
Thank you very much. Olivia, do we have any apologies for absence?
No, Chair.
Thank you very much. And do we have any disclosures of interest? No? No disclosures of interest. Thank you very much. Before we move on to item 4, private hire vehicle, Mr. Niekamp, can we just turn, this will only take a minute. Could we just turn to item 5, please? Application to vary the premises licence in place for the Mount 97 High Street, Henley in Arden. My understanding that agreement has been reached between the representatives and the applicant. The licensing conditions have been agreed for this, and variation to the licence have been granted. So we no longer need to discuss that item today. Are the panel happy with that? Great, lovely. Thank you very much. Can we now go back to item 4, private hire vehicle, Mr. Niekamp. Rachel, would you like to introduce this? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, everybody. So this report is to consider an application from Mr. Niekamp for the renewal of private hire vehicle registration number L50SDN, plate number 456. The vehicle exceeds the maximum age as set out in the policy of the Council. Recommendation that a decision to be taken from one of the options in section 2 of this report. Mr. Niekamp is seeking permission for an extension on the private hire vehicle licence plate 456, registration number L50SDN. A copy of the letter from Mr. Niekamp requesting an extension is attached at Appendix 1. Whilst this is the first time this vehicle has come before panel in respect of age, the vehicle currently exceeds the policy of this Council by 4 years and 3 months. The additional years of granting this licence have been due to a clerical error on the licensing team. The vehicle is a Chrysler Grand Voyager. It was first registered on the 29th of November 2014. The vehicle log V5 confirms this and is shown at Appendix 2. The vehicle was first licensed by Stratford District Council on 28th of October 2012. Mr. Niekamp is the owner of a company, BCD, B Chauffeur Driven. The company offers chauffeur services to high-ended VIP clients who wish to travel in comfort, cleanliness and reliability of his private hire vehicle. A copy of the Stratford District Council Hackney Carriage and Private Hire policies have been provided to the panel with this report. Private hire vehicle licensing criteria states that vehicle licences will not be renewed once a vehicle is over 6 years of age from the date of first registration. However, following the Cabinet meeting on the 4th of March 2013, the recommendation was that private hire vehicles should benefit from an extra year of being licensed due to the enhanced testing of vehicles, therefore allowing them to be licensed for 7 years in total. The Cabinet resolved to amend the age policy to enable vehicles limited to 6 years of age to benefit from this additional year of use up to 7 years if they pass the new type of inspection. Appendix 3 is a copy of the minutes that confirm this. On the 8th of January 2025, Mr. Niekamp applied to renew his private hire vehicle licence for a further 12 months. This was granted and his current private hire licence is due to expire on the 23rd of February 2026. He was notified by email on the 3rd of February 2025 that following the grant of his current licence and due to the age of his vehicle, that once his licence expires in February 2026, it would not be renewed after this date. At the time of the renewal in February 2026, the vehicle will be 11 years and 3 months in age and will already be outside the age policy for the class of vehicle. Based upon this information, Mr Nykamp has requested that his application be placed before the licensing panel for consideration to be renewed in February 2026. The vehicle has been available to the panel this morning prior to this meeting. The vehicle is owned by Mr Nykamp and he holds a private hire operator's licence which expires on the 27th of January 2028 under the company name B Chauffeur Driven. The most recent MOT test was carried out on the 4th of June 2025 by one of the council's approved garages and was found to be mechanically fit. The MOT and taxi test is shown as Appendix 4 of this report. The advisory on this MOT had been booked in on 9th of June 2025 for repair. Appendix 5 shows a table of the MOT history for this vehicle. Options available to the panel. To exercise its discretion and renew Mr Nykamp's private hire vehicle licence in respect of vehicle registration number L50 SDN for such a period of time as the licensing panel considers fit, or to refuse the application for the private hire licence to be renewed. The appendices contained in this report constitute the evidence which appertain to the request from Mr Nykamp. So going on to conclusion, the licensing panel must decide if this private hire vehicle licence should be renewed, subject to an exemption to the council's policy. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Rachel. Members of the panel, do we have any questions for clarification?
Just bring the mic so everyone can hear me. Looking at the vehicle license, the vehicle license was renewed in February 2025. So as far as I understand, that will run to 2026 regardless of whether we said yes or no today. So is that correct? I know you're nodding your head.
That's correct, Councillor, yes. Yeah. He has been issued a licence and it does expire on the 23rd of Feb 2026 next year.
Can I follow up? Yeah. So the follow-up question to that is, here we are 8 months prior to February 2026, and we're being asked to approve this so that in February 2026 it won't need to come back to the panel. And I suppose my worry is that it's 8 months to go and the vehicle could deteriorate. In theory, I have to say it's in good condition now, but in theory, isn't this a little bit early?
So the vehicle will have a 6-monthly check as the vehicle is over 3 years old, and that will confirm whether it's still mechanically fit. It's just a matter of being organised. We've had a lot of panel meetings with licensing and taxi inquiries, so this is the slot where we thought it would be appropriate for this matter to be brought here.
So so you wouldn't have any concerns that if say, we granted this today, 8 months early, licensing wouldn't have any problem with that?
No, we have granted licences 6 months in advance anyway. It's just whatever decision is made today, Mr Nykamp will have to make arrangements either way.
Councillor Wally-Hoggan.
Do any other vehicles in the Stratford district have a 4-year extension period to their licence, please?
Yes, we have granted extensions on the age policy in the last few years of vehicles, yes.
Certainly.
Sorry to labour this one. So we get to the 6 monthly MOT. The next one is due in August, October. October. Mechanically, the MOT tends to be based more on mechanicals rather than, if you like, the quality of the paintwork of something. So if, say, and again, I'm theorising a little bit, after when we get to February next year and the renewal of the vehicle licence, the vehicle, the paintwork has deteriorated. I mean, there's a couple of areas on the paintwork now that are showing signs of wear, obviously, which is understandable and not a big concern. But if that deteriorated further, what recourse would we have by granting today, if any?
So if for any reason, say in October, the MOT came back as a fail, we would suspend the vehicle and the vehicle would then have to pass another MOT having whatever failures, advisories it would have.
Sorry, but it's not the MOT, the mechanical side of it. It's the, if you like, the appearance, because we want our taxis, private hire vehicles, as well as hackney carriages, to look their best, obviously, to present Stratford in the best light. You know, unfortunately, I'm picking on this particular one purely because of the age, 11 years, and because it appears to be 8 months before the vehicle licence comes up for renewal.
Okay, I mean, what we could do is for arrange in October when it has the MOT and tax test, I can do a physical inspection of the outside, like the cosmetic look of the vehicle, if so requires.
Thanks very much.
Rachel, can I just confirm, of the two options, one is to refuse and the other is to extend or to renew for a period of time that could be anything up to a year, but the panel could decide, given Councillor Shenton's concerns, perhaps to renew for 6 months. That would be an option open to us.
That would be an option to yourselves, yes.
Any more questions for clarification from our licensing officer? Mr. Nykamp, thank you very much for coming and showing us your vehicle this morning. Do you have any comments that you would like to make to the panel?
Yes, only one. Mr. Shenton has been a bit concerned about, due to the type of customer I have and the type of service I run, if there's any major body concern, I do take care of that. And yes, I acknowledge there are little areas on the vehicle that need attention, one being the bonnet, which I have put in for a complete respray. So that is an area which I do take care of, and if anything does look ugly, I have it serviced. Other than that, I'm 73 years old. I don't intend driving for too many more years. Well, I hope to drive till I'm 80, but anyway. And my operator's license does expire in January 28. I'm hoping to work up till that stage. However, I certainly, as we speak today, cannot afford a new vehicle, because a like-for-like replacement would probably cost around £100,000. So affordability is out of the question for me to replace the vehicle at this stage.
Mr. Nykamp, can I just ask, there was an advisory on the MOT, the point 113, it says the advisory has been booked in for June the 9th for repair. Can you confirm that's been undertaken? Yes. Lovely. Thank you very much.
Yes, I can. I have the invoice and the proof in my hand.
Thank you, Mr.
So if
Nykamp.
you'd like to view it, please.
Councillor Wally-Hoggins, you had a question?
Yes, this is an old car with a high mileage. I acknowledge from officers that it is not unusual to, it's not unusual, but then it's not usual to extend to this point. You've indicated that you wish to continue driving till you're 70, for another couple of years. Is that right? Yeah. And is your intention, therefore, to continue to drive this vehicle until that point of retirement, please?
Put it this way, I would like to drive that vehicle as long as possible, as long as the council are happy for the condition and the mechanical and obvious aesthetic point of view of the vehicle. I would like to drive as long as possible, up till even 2028, January 28, if it's possible. If it's not, I've really just got to make a decision.
Councillor Shenton?
Just one very quick one. You said 2028. I think I heard you say your operator's licence expires in 2028. Yeah.
Yes, indeed, and that's the particular date, because if I were to have to renew my operators, it would be for another 5 years and be quite expensive for my own pocket.
Do we have any other questions for Mr. Nygaard or for Rachel? No? Rachel, do you have anything else that you could add to help us?
No, Chair.
No? Councillor Wally Huggins has one.
I've got a final question here. You're driving an old vehicle, okay, and that's been happening. It's not a surprise that there's quite a high mileage there. What is your plan if this licence is not extended?
I can give you a general answer to that, ma'am. It's destiny. If it is such that the vehicle fails or that I'm no longer able to drive it, I shall then have to go on a full pension and swallow what's coming to me.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nykamp. I think in which case I think the only other thing we have, Olivia, is there any urgent business?
No, Chair.
No? We have no urgent business, so I'll close the meeting now at 19 minutes past 10. The panel will consult each other. We'll talk now, take advice from our solicitor, and Mr. Nykamp, you'll be advised within 5 working days of the panel's decision. Thank you for your time coming along this morning. Thank you.
And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and the panel for your time having a look at my rather minor problem.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nykamp. Thank you.